Murrieta. This is Murrieta Hot Springs. The name of it is Gunther's Murrieta Mineral Hot Springs because we used to sing it on the way there in the car. As we were coming, there would be a big sign out on the road, and when we passed that sign, we'd sing Gunther's Murrieta Mineral Hot Springs. Yeah. So even though we still lived in Boyle Heights, we had a little money.
We went several times a year.
Yeah, so we would go to Murrieta. Just the way that we went later to Ocean Park, we would go to Murrieta. It was a Jewish place to gather.
In New York there are the Catskill Mountains, Fallsburg and Ferndale keeps you young. But out in California, the land of milk and honey, the Catskills are too far, folg mir a gang.
Around the turn of the century, 1900, my great-grandfather found out about property that was available inland in Riverside County because a lot of people that went to the saloons and drank a lot, whenever they had to clean up, dry out, they'd go and take baths. And this reminded him a lot of where he had grown up and knowing about Baden-Baden and all the great locations. He thought, well, this is something to look at. So he went out and was impressed. At that time, he had 3 children. He just told them, we're going to move out here. We're going to start a bathhouse and a resort. That's what came to be. Here we were, a German family running a Jewish resort.
I think that in Jewish tradition, and some people will argue with this, I think it's a subliminal thing with us because we have the ritual baths and we've had them forever. You can see, I mean, there's still ritual baths that exist from the year 1000. Also, Jewish upper middle class folks used to like the resorts in Eastern or Central Europe, Baden-Baden, all those places, Austria and Hungary. Plus, we moved a lot, sometimes forced to move, sometimes opted to move, but we lived in countries, Turkey, Russia, that had their own sort of bathing culture, and we just picked it up. We loved it.
I don't recall some of the other resorts at the time being referred to as Jewish resorts other than ours. And in fact, I remember at the time that I was growing up, they sort of tossed the phrase around that it was the Catskills of the West. Primarily the clientele that we got early on were from Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles.
Mentioned by the thousands from New York and far off places. Hey, go to Murrieta, Dalton, back me up, the places.
I think the thing that perhaps led to some sort of a draw, the front of the administration building had what appeared to be a Jewish star. It was 2 triangles joined together, one inverted. And what it was what was called a carpenter's star, which was a decorative feature. But it was always thought that it was to represent the clientele. Well, we had all kinds of clientele.
Murrieta, alle jeden leben Sachatoi. No, du nero Blitz, just jetzt im Schwitz, dort spielt den Kochen in die Sport. Der Dine und Fette in Murrieta, they come to take a banner in the mall. Der from Chicago and all points east, jetzt haben sie die Easterners in Bord. They live it up in Hulje, was felt say is terrific. Their all sizes wie disguises, oi, such fancy pippics. Folksy food that's wonderful right up to their gederim. I know the food ain't kosher, cause they essen wie Chaserim. In Murrieta Hot Springs, ein Cowboys wieder fährt. Sie liegen in dem Mudbed, bitten Koppen dreht. But it comes Saturday night and dance all there. Grab your partner, Schlemmer, they will do a Yiddish share.
You really don't want to know what the week was like in Murrieta with a single guy.
Were there a lot of singles at Murrieta at that time going to?
Yes, there were a lot of single women and not a lot of single men because a lot of them were in the Army already. And I had a very good time up in Murrieta. We swam, I ate, and I enjoyed myself very much.
Did you see Murrieta as a place that was particularly frequented by Jews, or?
Yes, I would say primarily by Jews, because even the performances, the acting people, they gave little shows there. were much more oriented toward the Jewish people. And the food was just as great, our type of food. And we had a real good swinging time there.
They samba and they mambo and they shuckle to the rumba. They shuckle mit the places and they shuckle mit den Bombe. There's Baitlach from Sioux City and Seattle by the dozen. They come to California and never for a hosen. They wear bikini bathing suits, those dainty little things. Can a horror such gesundheit, they don't need water wings. In Murrieta Hot Springs, a shidduch can be made. And that's the place where honeymooners go up with the shade.